can check in from the dash. You can check in from here. So you click on check in. Then also this application is also multi-branch enabled. So it has the facility to manage more than one branch. So in case you are growing, so you can add the second branch to the application, then you can check them from one end. Then you can also check your in-house list. So for example, let me try the check-in. So to check in, you can decide to check in from here, from this green button, or you come to the front office menu, then you click on guest check-in. So it depends. So if you click on it, it opens the check-in form. Okay, so it opens the check-in form. The check-in form shows you the necessary information you need to fill for you to check in a guest. So you have all the necessary information, your check-in date, your checkout date, reservation type. You have the booking source, the name of the company. If the booking is from an agent, you pick the agent. Then is if the you pick the business source where the sales is coming from. So you can have as many sources as you want. Then these sources also can be used to generate reports. You can use it to generate reports to follow the trend of where the sales are coming from. Then you also have the room type. You can select the various room types. You can select your various room rates. You can have more than one room rate. So you can have different rates, rack rate, weekend rate, Christmas rate. You can have as many rates as you want. Then you can also select the room number that is available. You can also apply discounts. You can also group a guest. You can group a guest if you have more than one person coming in to check in. You can group them together. You can also search for the guest name. So let's say David. David. So you can search for a guest name. Then if the guest does not exist, you click on plus to add a new guest. If the guest profile does not exist. So once you check in your guests, once you check in the guests, you can do some other things. So if you want to now check, you click on check in here. Then if the guest is making payment, you can input the amount paid. You can do your tax exempt if you want to do. Then you can also select the billing type if the bill is going to the guest or to the company. So you can also use this form to also perform reservation. So you can click on this to reserve the room or to check in. So once the guest checks in, the guest is added up to the in-house list. So the in-house list shows you the list of guests you have currently in the house. So it tells you have 10 guests and available 10 in-house, 10 available room reserve, 3 are 30 out of order. So this gives you an overview of what is happening in the room. So if you scroll down further, you'll be able to see the details of each of the occupied rooms. Then the envelope here simply means there's a note. So this guy wants a wake-up call. So the necessary information can be passed across to each of the shifts. Then also we also have a grouping. So the one with the crown means this is a group master. Then the user icon just means this guest belongs to a group. So all the guests that belongs to a group will have this icon for you to identify. Then if you put your mouse over it, it shows you their group number. So we're able to know which group which guest belongs to the same group. Then the ones with the icon are the ones in charge of that group, that the group representative. So that's how you know that. Then if you click on any of the guest if you click on any of the guest bill, the guest name, it opens the guest folio. It opens the guest folio. Then from the guest folio, you'll be able to see the details of the transaction of that guest. So like this guest, for example, these are all his details. So he checked in this day, was charged his accommodation, he has a debit of this, then he paid it 20,000 naira. Then he also paid 45,000. He also was charged accommodation for the next day. So every day the system charges the guest accommodation for the next day, for every stay. Yeah, you can also filter through to know the room charges. And you can also check the booking details. You can also check the booking details. So the booking details shows you the necessary information. So the room charges shows you the information about for room only. Shows you information for room only. So with this, you'll be able to separate all the room charge from the other charges. Then the room details shows you the it shows you the information about the guest in case you want to update an information about the guest check-in. Like if you want to extend his checkout, you want to change him from guest to company, you want to change any information, so you can change it from the booking details. So everything you need to do relating to the guest, you can be done from this page. So this page is all you need to access to do all the necessary adjustment or modification you need to do with the guest. Then if the guest belongs to a group, so this will also be activated. That's the group bill. So the group bill shows you all the bill that is being accumulated for all the members of the group. So from here at a glance, you can see a consolidated transaction details of all the members of the group. You can also do an extract bill. Extract bill is to filter out some bills that the guest wants to pay for. Let's say if a guest is from a company and you want to do an extraction of a certain bill from the guest folio so that the guest pays for that extraction while the remaining goes to the company. So you can do that too. So all you need to do, you can do that from here. So you can also do things like change room, splitting of bill, move to extra, add refund, change guest profile, you can update profile, you can add login, you can do checkout. You can add more charges, You can also add a receipt that if the guest is making more payments. You can do that from here. Then we also have the room occupancy calendar. The room occupancy calendar shows you the calendar, like the calendar plan for the hotel for this month. So you can check for the other months. You can also check it per branch. So you can check branch 1 and branch 2. So based on this, you'll be able to see all the necessary information, be able to plan your reservation for that period. Okay. So also from here too, if you click on this blank space, you can actually perform a check-in. You can also add a room to out of order from here. So it makes it easier for you to navigate through. Okay, so let me go back. Okay, so I'm back to the dashboard. So also under the front office module, you can check things like your reservation grid. So the reservation grid shows you the list of all the rooms that are being reserved. So from here, okay, so from here you'll be able to access all the reserved rooms. Then from here you can add payment, you can print the food, you can print the reservation confirmation card, you can edit the reservation, you can cancel the reservation. Then any guest that is coming in today, you will see them under the expected. So any guest that is due to check in today, you see them under the expected. Then any guest that has arrived, you see them under the arrived. Then also the in-house guest, you'll be able to see the in-house guest. Then any reservation done through the website, that's if you are getting our reservation plugin. So the reservation plugin helps you to also bring in the reservations done from the website. So it brings them into the platform. So from there you can attend to website reservations. Okay, so that's also helpful. So many things. So you can also check your room status grid. The room status grid shows you the the status of each of the rooms. So it tells you the rooms that is dirty, the rooms that are vacant, the rooms that are clean, the rooms that are expected to check out and all that. So it gives you all the necessary information you need. Okay, so all right, so scrolling down further, you can also access things like sorry, let's click on something. Okay, so you can also manage your guests. You can see the list of your guests, send them an email, You can also use our guest reconciliation tool to do some management of the guest transactions. Then you can also generate a pay slip. You can also generate a payment list. You can also generate receipt list. So receipt list is basically for all the payment received for the day. So the receipt list will collate all the payments. So you can use this. Let me say from this period to this period. You can also pick for the branch. You can also pick per user. So it's going to show you all the receipts. So these are all the payments received for this period. So these are the payment received. At the bottom, it also gives you a summary of all the payments. So we're able to check that. Then we also have the luggage declaration. So the system can also help you to manage the luggage information about your guests. So your guests can actually declare their luggages, then you keep it on the system, then you'll be able to access it. Then also this is the front office settings where you manage how sources, your identity type, your transaction setup. So you can do all that from here. Okay, so let me skip. I'm going to skip the food and beverage menu. So I'm going straight down to reservation. So reservation report, you can also check reservation history. You can check arrival list. You can check your departure list. You can also check your no-show guests. You can also check all your cancelled reservations. So all this information are accessible by the front desk to be able to follow up on the reservations. Okay, so the second to the final part is the front office report. So from the front office report, you can generate a report like your house list. The house list shows you the list of all the guests you have in house at certain time. So let's say, for example, you want to know how many guests you have in house as at 15th. That's a past day. So for this location, so once you click on search, it shows you the necessary information that you need. So to tell you that, okay, on that day, we have these guests in the house, we have this, the check-in this period and the check-out this period, and these are their balances as at that day. So if you click on this also, it opens the folio so that you'll be able to see the details of what the person what the details of the transaction of the guest as at that day. So this helps you with that. So with this, you can track previous check-in and check-out. Then you can also check your departing guests. This will show you the list of guests departing today. Then you can also check your today's summary report. This will just give you an analysis of what has happened today. So just give what has happened today. So to tell you what's your gross revenue, what's the total receipt, what's the total refund done, and this is your net. So to just list all the transactions and every other things needed for you to be informed about the check-ins. So you also check your room type inventory. You also check your hotel forecast reports. You also check your guest history. You also check your corporate guest booking. So the corporate guest booking is just the details of the corporate guest, all the transactions. So let's say, for example, you can pick a particular company that, okay, this company, what are I want the details of all the guests that has visited us from this company. So this will help you with that. So I'm just trying to summarize it so that the video is as short as possible. Then we also have the corporate guest booking, also have the folio transaction. The folio transaction helps you for audit purpose. So for audit purpose, be able to see all the transactions. So you'll be able to see the details of all the transaction, who posted the transaction, what was the transaction for. So here is where you trail every transaction posted on the system. So to show you every transaction posted on the system and who posted it. So if it's also been deleted, we'll be able to track who deleted it. So you'll be able to see all the transactions posted on the system. So the system helps you to generate this. So we also have the cashier shift report. The cashier shift report is for the front desk. So we'll be able to see the performance of each of the cashiers. So with this, you'll be able to see their sales, you'll be able to see the transaction, you'll be able to see the transaction summary, you'll be able to see the payment made. You'll be able to see all the necessary details about their transaction. You can also the payment for, you will also track what each cashier received. That's each person that received money on the system for a particular day, be able to see all the necessary information. So let me see for Saturday. Let's see Saturday. Let's see Saturday. Okay, yes. So this has information. So with this, you can track all the necessary information about the guest, be able to see who received payment, how much was received, and the breakdown and the explanation of how the transaction are doing. So to give you a variance report. On this day, our gross sales is this, but payment received is this. This is the variance. So be able to know, you'll be able to query why we have a variance on that day. Okay, so you can also check your rooms revenue, so to know the sales of each of the rooms. So it's also important to know how each of the rooms are performing, so that you'll be able to see how the ones that are not performing can be improved, and even the ones that is performing, you'll also be able to see how they will be improved. Then you can also check your revenue by business sales. So you need to check where are your sales coming from. Are they coming from the website? Are they coming from Jumia? Are they coming from this platform, email platform, and all that? So you can also track your room change report. So any room that has been changed, any room that has been changed from one room to another, you can also actually check and track the reports. Then you can also check your guest transaction move report. You can also check your guest profile change report. You can also check your guest feedback report. So when guest gives a feedback through the reservation platform, you can actually see the feedbacks from there as well. Then also for the housekeepers, so the housekeepers will have access to the room status, so they can do this with their mobile phone to 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 update the status of each of the rooms. So whether they are updating it as clean or as dirty, so they can do all that from there. Okay, so with this, for example, if I click on filter, so it shows me all the rooms. It shows me all the rooms that are dirty, the rooms that are clean, and or the rooms that are occupied, and the rooms that are vacant. So I can see everything. So I can see the summary also that I have 12 vacant rooms, 8 occupied, none reserved, 3 dirty. So with this, the housekeepers can actually update. I can select just the dirty rooms. I click on filter. Okay. Then I mark the dirty rooms. Then I click on clean. Then I click on update selected. So once I do that, it cleans the 3 rooms. It cleans the 3 rooms automatically. So based on that, I have 15 rooms now vacant. Initially, I had 12, so I cleaned the 3 dirty rooms. So now it added to the vacant. So now I can sell 15 rooms. So the system works that way. Then you can also the housekeepers can also declare lost and found. They can declare an item that is missing by the guest, so they can declare and notify the management of that missing item. They can also check their in-house guests. They can also create a work order. So they can create a work order to say, okay, fine. When I go to the room, the AC has fault. They can create a work order that will notify all the necessary parties. So once you notify the necessary parties, you can use it to track the progress of the work or the job. So once it's done, you also use it to track that. You also have the housekeeping summary report. You also have maintenance block. Then you can also create destination locations of each of the offices, so that in case if there is a fault in the accountant's office, you can say, okay, the accountant's AC is bad. Then you can create destination for each of the offices around the facility to do that. Then you also have the management report and check your daily revenue report. So the daily revenue report, for example, gives you the it gives you the let me check for Friday. Okay. I don't think there's a transaction on Friday. Okay, so it gives you a daily report of what has happened in the hotel for day one, for that day selected. Then gives you a monthly, that's from the beginning of the month to date. So from the beginning of this month of September, it gives you this, that okay, you've made this accommodation for that period, you've made this in London, you've made this in Beverly, you've made this in Flow. This is what your month performance has been for this month. And these are all the payments received for this month. Then scrolling down further, it now gives you from the beginning of the year to date. So from the beginning of the year to date, this is your year's performance as of now. So from beginning of the year to date, this is what you've made, and these are the payments received. So it gives you all this, then it gives you an explanation of what each of the um indices, the meaning of each of the indices here. So that's what that does. Then we also have the daily revenue details. They also have the GM overview report. So GM overview report gives you more information. Okay, so it gives you more information about your performance as well. Gives you your daily gross, gives you the net, the taxes, the discounts, the front office, separating them in form of summary. In form of summary, giving you all the necessary report, giving you all the top category of products. That's if you are using the point of sales model. So it gives you top category of products, gives you top products, then gives you the receivable and the payable. Then it also gives you the money received and money paid out. So this is for the month. This month to date. So month to date, this is our gross, this is our net. So this is showing you percentage compared to this same period last month. So this is versus last month. So with this, you'll be able to know if you are doing better this moment than last month, if you did better this moment than last month. So also check all the necessary information of the sales for the period. So these are what the GM's reports will give. So with this, the GM can make management informed decisions. So you can also see the hotel monthly report. The hotel monthly report also gives you a a a, a single view performance of the hotel's revenue for the month. So this ranges from first, second, third. So this gives you each day that each day you had this room and you sold this. So let's say for Friday, 19th of September, you had 47 rooms, but you sold 11. And this is your percentage of sales. So it gives you your total revenue, the F&B, then it gives you the taxes, then it gives you the total. So with this, you know your monthly performance and you know your daily performance in terms of revenue. So you also have an explanation here to help you understand the report. So you can also filter through the branches to know what is happening in each branches. Okay, so we also have the business source summary reports. So I think that gives you some form of so let's say for this month. Let's say for this month. So this month, most of our sales are from Booking Engine. So we only sold 2 rooms on Booking Engine. 11 rooms on Booking Engine, and this is the revenue. So I don't think we've used other sources. It's going to list them, so we'll be able to know we're going to know where the sales are coming from. So this report helps you with that. All right, sorry I couldn't go through all the details so that the video is not too long. So you can also check the receivables and the payable. Also check the statistics and check your top spending customer, top spending guest. You can also check some reports. Okay, these are for F&B. So I think that's about it. So yeah, also you can also manage your if you are signing up for our door lock integration service, so you can also manage your door lock services here. Then settings, okay, settings is just the general settings where you set most of the things. Then also the software also has what we call the activity log. The activity log helps you to track what each person is doing. So you'll be able to use this to track what each person is doing. Once you perform any transaction, the system logs it for audit purpose. So we can know what and what you've done for a particular period in time. So that is for control purpose. So you also have the managed brand, managed store, fiscal year, and all that. So these informations are there for you. Then also the system also has a documentation page whereby you can read about any function you want to perform. So you can also watch some videos. You can also create a support ticket. You can also check our change log to see the changes we've done recently. So these are the basic things the application can do. All right. So I'll be signing out now. All right. Thank you. Bye.